guys, I just want to share my crazy bar story that I thought was actually really hilarious. So, I live in Canada and I live close to the Alberta border. So, I just turned 18 probably a couple months ago, and you know, in in British Columbia, you can't actually go to any bars because I was underage. You have to be 19. So, me and my buddies plan on going to this one across the border. So, we go there. It's chill. It's pretty alright. But I was really not expecting what was truly going to happen, and just how stupid I actually was. This is crazy, you know. It was I don't know what I was doing, honestly. But we go there, it's fine. We get sat in our hotel. Luckily, the good thing about this place was at least the hotel, it was only 5 minutes away, so you could just walk there, walk back and forth. You didn't have to worry about driving. And I mean, in all honesty, we're all drunk. Like, we can't drive anywhere. So, well, until you hear what happens later in the story. But yeah, um, for the most part, we shouldn't be driving, right? Just good morals. And we're on our way there, and we finally make it to the hotel. We check in, and then well, we can't go to the bar at like 6 p.m. Right? We gotta wait. Like, we gotta wait till it's 8 or 9. So we do as everyone does, and we pregame. That goes chill. It's all right, you know. We're just having a good time in the hotel room. It's pretty good. And then funny part is one of our friends that was supposed to come ditched us. So then we picked up this random guy that we'd never really met, but we all kind of had him on Snapchat and we thought he was chill. Never really met him. We don't know why we did it, but he was actually, it turned out to be a pretty good time, you know. He was all right. So, and then we're just sitting around drinking, meeting this guy. You know, it's all going all right. And then time reaches around 8, and that's when we actually decide to go. So we finally go in there. It's going all right. And this guy, for reference, we'll just call him Mike. So Mike brings two other girls that he just knew, and we never really met these people either. So we all go in there. It's fine. You know, first time being in there. Honestly, this place like a rave, man. Like I was overwhelmed as hell. So I'm just like, yo, to my other friend. This is my best friend. We'll call him Jack. I was like, yo, Jack, we need to take shots like right now. So we go do that. It's all right, you know. Start feeling a little bit better. Start getting used to the environment, you know. And then we finally do that. And then I finally get more comfortable, you know. We're kind of all Jack and Mike. We're just hanging all around. It's a pretty good time. Pretty good time. And then so nights gets pretty boring. We're just kind of sitting around the table, just kind of amping ourselves up to it, you know, 'cause it's hard to go in a place like that being stone cold sober. In all honesty, like, it's, you know, it's boring. You see everybody else is feeling it. You're just sitting there sober, like, you know, just feels like a DD. You don't want to feel like that, honestly, when you're supposed to be getting lit. So we're just sitting there, boring as all hell, whatever. Finally, we start feeling something. That's when we start partying. So I go off. Obviously, what's the first thing you do as a man when you have some alcohol in you in a bar? You take shots at women, you know? You try. Obviously, I fail at it the first couple times. And then Mike, he already has two that he already knew. So he's talking to them. It's going pretty well. But then they leave. And then we couldn't find them, and he comes up to us and he's like, yo, like, do you know where they went? Like, you know, this is great, like, where'd they go? And we're like, dude, we don't know. And, like, for reference, this guy barely knows who these people are. Okay, and, like, it's like, dude, why do you care so much? There's so many more around you, like, to let him do the thing. And then he was just getting riled. He was just sitting there like, yo, where are they? Like, I need to know where they are right now. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, why are they leaving me? And like, does she even love me? And we're like, bro, what are you talking about right now? Like, this guy was just going nuts. Like, he was like, do they love me? And me and me and me and Jack were sitting over here like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, you're just like, dude, leave it. Like, there's two others. Just let him go have fun. And this guy was on a manhunt, and this guy was going absolutely feral, dude. Like, this is his only chance, bro. Like, he went feral. It was crazy. So we're just like, oh, whatever. We'll just leave him, you know. Let him do his thing, I guess. Like, Jesus, you know. And he was getting mad at us. Like, do you know where they went? went, and it's like Jesus, Finally, we just leave him, let him do his own thing, cause he was getting a bit to be a bit too much, and like he was pretty desperate. So we just leave him. Me and Mike go have a good time. Or Jax are we're just chilling, doing whatever, and finally I find somebody that I'm interested in talking to. I didn't think much of it, you know. First shot, let's see how this goes. So I'm just talking to her, and then my other buddy's with me, and he kind of just leaves, let me do my own thing. He goes on, he goes on to talk to somebody else too. So I'm sitting here, trying my shots. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a dumbass, right? Because I'm sitting here, and like currently in this moment of time, I got some just weird summer job with like this really good company, sure, but it's just like an internship, so it's like nothing crazy. I'm making what, like $20 an hour, like it's not crazy. So, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, like I'm doing anything. I'm saying anything I can. You guys know the struggle, right? It's just saying anything you can, just to make them be like, oh my god, like this guy's like, oh my god, like I want him so bad, right? Like it's demoralizing, honestly. I'm just sitting there like I make $200,000 a year and I do this and all this, and all they heard from me, let's be honest, all they heard from me is just free shots. They're like, oh, oh, and then first they're like, oh, you want to buy all of our friends free shots? Sure, why not? Because they're totally gonna like me more. Like I'm retarded, right? We all know the struggle. We all do it. Hopefully I'm not the only one. So I'm sitting there like, yeah, sure, I make all this money, obviously. Dude, I had barely $200 in my account. This is the last amount of money. I just wanted to have fun on my birthday. Like, this is crazy, right? So I'm just like, sure, I have money, and I start buying them all these drinks, and then when I buy them in the group a bunch, it's a beautiful thing that happened. I never got them. Not one. He said, yeah, bro, like, totally, here you go, here's a tab. I pay, like, what, 80 $100 because they wanted all this fancy like, bro, what are we talking about? I was just like, yeah, whatever, just tell the bartender buy it. I never showed up, not the entire night. I didn't see one of them. I didn't see one of those drinks that I ordered. It was crazy. I was like, oh man, come on. So I'm like, whatever. I just forget about it. And then my other buddy comes back, and he just came back from a fight. I'm just like, what the hell happened, dude? So we're just sitting there chilling, talking about this, and he's like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And he got in a fight with somebody. I think he lost, but he was pretty beat up, but he was still allowed in. And I was like, that's sick, man. And we're just talking, and then he's pretty riled too. And then so this chick also I see on the side of the beside my shoulder there, she goes to the washroom, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, don't think much about it. And then me and my buddy keep talking, and then he starts talking to one of her friends. They kind of veer off a bit, so I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'll just wait for her to come out the washroom, I guess. But yeah, he just quickly came, just chatted up a little bit. She comes out the washroom now. Before this, she was pretty drunk, right? Like you could tell. Like obviously we're all having a good time. She comes out stone cold sober. Now, I didn't really think about this at the time that this all happened, but in reality, let's be honest, she did something that honestly I'm thinking she was doing coke or something, bro. Like no way you're hammered, you just come out and then you're just sober. It's like, how does that happen? I didn't think about it. I didn't care. I was like, whatever. And then this is where it gets rough, right? She asked me, "Do you want to go on a drive?" And I'm like, I mean, that wouldn't be the worst idea, right? And I'm like, like I'm doing anything, bro. I'll say yes to anything at this point, just for a little. Like this is demoralizing, horrible, right? Horrible decision making. Obviously, I'm saying yes. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So then me and her friends all get in the car, whatever. And my buddy doesn't even know I'm leaving. And then he finds me outside because he's taking a little smoke break. And he's like, bro, where are you going? And I'm like, honestly, dude, I don't know. And then he's giving this whole chick a pep talk. You know what? W's to Jack for this, bro. He's giving my homie a whole pep talk. Right? He's giving this girl a whole pep talk about like she has to bring me back. There's like she has to be stone cold sober. She's like, yeah, don't worry, whatever. So, anyways, then I start going on a drive, and I am so hammered, I just black out, and I don't even know where to go with the rest of the story because I don't even know what happened. I wake up in Jack's truck because he has my Life 360, luckily, and I was 20 minutes outside of this place at a random river I had no clue what happened. He's like, man, I had to get your life to and he basically almost got stuck trying to save me, dude. W's to this guy, bro. And we're all drunk, right? But at least he came and saved me. Now, obviously, drunk driving is a horrible thing. You should never do it. But he had to come save me in the river, right? So he comes saves me. W's to this guy. Now, if you guys remember Mike, back when I mentioned him, he's still in the story a little bit because he was one of Jack's friends. And we also had one more person I forgot to mention. We'll just say Caden. So Caden, obviously, he was this Mike's. He was the one who actually got in touch with Mike and invited him here. So we get back and we all group together. But Mike's sitting in this hotel room. Luckily, I guess he found his way back to those two chicks that he brought. Thank God for him, because he was mad complaining about it. Finally, he brings them both back. Or he brings them back to his hotel room. And then Caden, we all meet up, and we're all just talking. And then, yeah, so we're all sitting in our hotel room finally, back home from this whole mess. And Caden's telling us how he walked in on them. He walked in on them, right? They were just doing whatever, the naughty, I'm sure you can imagine. But Caden stayed in the room with them and had a conversation with Mike. And I'm like, what in the cuckery did you just say to me, dude? I'm like, what are you talking about? And this guy's just, and I'm like, bro, you gotta stop talking. Like, this is horrible. What do you want about? Like, there's no way you actually just said that to them. And we're just sitting there like, bro, what? And he was like proud of it. We're like, dude, that's weird. He's like, yeah, like, good for Mike. I can't believe he got it, bro. Like, he begged him, bro. And I'm like, and you were sitting there having a conversation while I was doing it. And he's like, yeah. And he was like proud of it. And I'm like, look, bro, it's hard to support somebody, like, hard to support a homie when he's doing that. I'm like, what in the hell? I'm like, yeah, dude, this is a crazy night. I just gotta go to sleep. Like, this is nuts. So yeah, I just want to do a short little story time video. Kind of get my first little story out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys enjoy my first video. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk about it.